DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Wednesday 8-game main slate here on DraftKings. Big names on this slate. Jokic, SGA, Tatum, maybe Towns. Cade, unlikely. All those guys are up over $10,000. Tatum could be on a team by himself. Everybody's pretty much questionable for Boston in this game except for Jason Tatum, so that'll be something to watch as they are home here against the Miami Heat. 8 games starting at 7 p.m., running through 9:30. Detroit OKC, your last game on this slate. We've seen some big performances on the Tuesday slate. We'll see if any repeat upside plays come through on this Wednesday slate.
Bart Scott.
Can't wait. Get in there with then. Point guard. SGA, 11K. Last game on the slate, Detroit. Can Detroit hang without Cade Cunningham available to them?
And others, because they all get in fights all the time. And
true, a lot of suspensions in Detroit in this game.
I mean, it's the same thing over and over. Like they're just boat racing everybody. And it was competitive the last time they played, but Cade was available in that game. So I don't know. I don't know.
Do you hesitate? Do you have interest, I guess, in SGA at 11K?
Yeah, of course. He played 27 minutes, had 27 and 12. The guy is a psychopath, how good he is fantasy-wise. But I just am unsure if this game has any actual chance of staying competitive.
Well, Trae Young's going off tonight. It is going to be the second leg of a back-to-back. Dallas, obviously a very favorable matchup. Trae has been, at times, sitting out games this season due to various ailments. Do we think that this is a Trae Young sit, or is this a Trae Young start for you at $9,800?
I actually don't remember when the last time he sat out was, because I don't think it's been.
Well, he's been listed as like questionable at times and probable always with like the Achilles here. So
he didn't play. He has missed one game since January 27th. Since January 28th.
Okay. Just on the injury report often then?
He's been on the injury report every day this year. And then they got fined for it. Remember he sat that one game where he was like, they claimed he was injured and he didn't, and yet he's been listed with this Achilles thing that he's been dealing with for literally, and then he got hurt. He actually got hurt, for what that's worth. He got poked in the eye on the Tuesday slate. On the Tuesday slate, left, came back, dominated. They're not going to win, but dominated nevertheless. Had a crazy, basically 30-15, 30 could end 30-20 depending on where this game ends. But if Trae plays, I've said it to you like every slate, he has not been like that highly rostered recently, and he's been so good. So yes, I am very, very interested in Trae. Very intrigued by Tyler Hero against whatever version of Boston is there. It's like Derek White and Tatum might be their only starters. I know Horford's already doubtful. So like he's already axed. Anytime Porzingis is questionable, that's usually a bad sign. Usually.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's weird to me that since they're not playing, it's not a back-to-back for them. So seems, and they didn't play obviously on the Tuesday slate, so they've had time off. Right. They just maybe just want to give an extended rest to these guys because they're not playing again until like Friday or whatever it is. So, yeah, very curious. But Derek White, another guy that rarely sits at $7,900. Halliburton for Charlotte. Who knows how competitive that game ends up being? But $8,700 for him. Then even Thompson gets Utah at $8,600.
Yeah, it's a very interesting tier. Halliburton looks great. He looked terrible in that Sacramento game until he didn't. He looked great in the fourth quarter. of that game. Amin Thompson, another one, had a really good game against the Lakers on the second leg of a back-to-back. Usually you get more peripheral stats. If he puts up normal peripheral stats in the game, he goes for 60 fantasy points again.
Yeah.
So really great spot for Amin Thompson if that game can stay competitive. I'd be interested to see. I know Jamal Murray's listed out here. He did not play the front end of the back-to-back. Him, Michael Porter both ruled out on the front back-to-back. Porter with a personal issue, and then Murray with the hamstring. So I'd be curious to see what Denver does if this is a rest situation or a real. Obviously, it's real, but obviously something to monitor if Murray plays or doesn't on the second leg of a back-to-back. Denver had been playing their guys monster minutes for large portions of the year, and maybe this last stretch of time, they're either things have caught up to them or they're finally looking at it as if we actually have time to get some. We actually should take some time to get some players some rest.
Right.
We'll see. But Murray, if Jokic sat second leg of a back-to-back, I don't think he will because Jokic usually plays, but that would obviously be interesting as well.
Yep. Again, Derek White definitely in play at 79 if everybody is out. Jalen Green, 77. Again, if everybody's out for Denver still, Westbrook could be certainly appealing here. Where else do you look to go?
Westbrook would headline that group for sure. Stephon Castle's fine. Terrible spot for Keontae George, but the minutes continue to be there. 32 minutes last game. Van Vliet, probably can't go there. Dinwiddie was fine the other day, just 31 minutes in a close game that they lost. You hate to see that. So no one probably. You can. Of course they play. You said it. What did you say it yesterday? Of course they play Jordan Poole, all these minutes just for no reason at all. And it's right. There's no reason whatsoever Jordan Poole played 29 minutes in the game. But another team that they don't need to rest guys. They can lose. They'll lose without resting them. You can play Schroeder. He's been very good, and he's been clearly the guy in this backcourt. And they're without Sasser in this game. Sasser was one of the players suspended. They're without Ron Holland.
Yeah.
They're without Beef Stew. I think Tobias is probable. I know he was probable the other day, and he was a late scratch. We'll see about Toby. So if they're just is Dennis Schroeder and friends, I would. If you think that game can stay competitive, then you
I don't know if it will, but he may just have to play anyways, right?
He might just have to play anyways because they're down. They would be down so many guys. If Sexton sits, we definitely just go back to Isaiah Collier, and even if Sexton plays, you probably just have interest in Isaiah Collier regardless. He's pretty good per minute.
Yep. Excuse me. Value range. Here there's KJ Simpson, Davion 48 back. Should be back. Obviously not on the injury report. New York at Delon Wright at 45. Chris Paul is chalky on the Tuesday slate. What do we think for value here?
Oh man, KJ Simpson. The minutes are obviously going to be there. He's probably going to be popular again. He didn't make any shots once again, but he had 14 rebounds and assists and 3 stocks. So at 5,200, I think if he's going to play 30 plus minutes, it got to be take it seriously. Canelo saw an uptick in minutes. I don't think we can get there. Davion's on the injury report. It's fine. DeLon Wright should once again just play monster minutes for the Knicks with McBride and Cameron Payne out. You mentioned Chris Paul. Nick Smith played barely any minutes.
Probably don't get Rozier again, right? If Davion's back.
No, I doubt it. He's been basically DMPing. I don't think there's anything else unless guys were to sit.
Sure. Shooting guard then. Donovan Mitchell's up at $8,800 here. Again, we'll have to see what happens with Boston and Denver. Again, a lot of these guys have that dual positional eligibility. The Knicks plays here at Bridges at 72, the Spurs at 7K. Any one or two plays particularly stand out here?
No question mark. I mean, like Levine, good spot. I think the price looks terrible because his role is terrible. Dyson Daniels has a super high ceiling, and if Trae Young were to sit, obviously, like that would be a great spot.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show the other day. Basically impossible to play Malik Monk coming off the bench. I mean, at this price, it's just impossible.
Good to see the 29 minutes at least, but he didn't
minutes
hit
and shots. Yeah, I mean, but even just like the price is too high for a guy coming off. I mean,
yeah,
he's playing 40 minutes. That's why we were okay with the price.
Sure.
The matchup is fine. He has the ceiling if you want to go there.
Sure. And again, he can run back Bridges, Vassell against Denver, Castle against Denver, as we talked about. Everybody's out again for Denver. Christian Brown at $6,400.
Yep,
certainly appealing. But then you're just kind of running it back. Would you play Pritchard if it's just White Tatum active for this game?
Yes, I think fast PP makes a lot of sense there.
Okay. Beasley will be one of the few Detroit players not suspended. He's 59. You are all in on Neesmith. You nailed this call. Congratulations to you. 35 minutes in that game, 37 fantasy points. Didn't hit a single three. 1 of 8.
Didn't make any threes. Best spot on the board for 3-point shooting. 1 for 8. 37 fantasy points. Never those two things would have come out of my mouth. If Aaron Neesmith went 1 of 8, I'd be like, oh, we're dead. We're not winning a single dollar.
Nope. The only shots he didn't hit.
Only shots he didn't hit. I will go back to Neesmith if Matherin's out.
Okay.
I think it's harder to get to him when – I'm not saying Neesmith can't have ceiling games when Ben Matherin's not available, but I just feel more comfortable getting there with Ben Matherin out. Because then at least I know, like, all right, much lower opportunity for Ben Shepherd to come steal minutes from Aaron Neesmith than it is Ben Shepherd or Ben Matherin.
Yeah. Do we go Pelle Larsson?
I mean, dude. So like, we have Duncan out, right? We already know Duncan's out. I would say yes. I would also say again, what we do have to consider is Davion's back. So I think Pelle Larsson should have a pretty good role. I'm not sure he'll close in a competitive game. Also, I pray Pelle Larsson's not at all ever guarding Jason Tatum because he will pick up 3 fouls in like 4 seconds because he is too aggressive, like overly aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Any other value at shooting guard for you?
I don't think so. I mean, we would talk like Boston stuff if people are out.
Play Baylor Shireman.
Yeah, it would be Shireman. Yeah.
Small forward then. Top guys here again. Tatum's 10-5. If Tatum by himself, we know we're happy to hit that button. Amon's over to this spot as well. The Knicks plays are here. Sacramento. Got a lean one way or the other of this group.
I mean, I like Tatum. It's not like the easiest spot, but I definitely like Tatum. Wasn't great the other day. The minutes are great. The shots were great. No assists after we touted it. Thanks, Jason.
14 rebounds, though.
14 rebounds. That's seemingly not going away either. No Horford, possibly no Zinger. Do we have the Cornet status? Because he sat out too. Could they also be without no Cornet's off the injury report?
Not off the injury report, yeah.
So still good. I mean, if I love Amen Thompson, 100% would get there. If there's no Towns, 100% interest in Hart. I don't love the price, but just
OG was really good again tonight.
OG was really good again. He's just really good. And then J-Dub, I mean, I just think J-Dub unfortunately for him, they've won by 21, 21, and then 25 or 20 math, whatever the heck the math is, 28. Hasn't had a chance to be extended. So I don't,
Yeah.
the only good thing there is that the price is dropping a little bit, but it's, with a full team, it's fine. I think Thompson, Tatum, probably where I'd sit in that range.
Okay. Value range. A lot of these guys we have talked about. Asor Thompson again, another guy, Asor Thompson, who's not suspended, so could be in for a good amount of minutes in this game at $5,600. Can't really touch the Washington plays all that much. You do have San Antonio, Keldon. We'll see what happens. With their rotation, obviously they had ruled out Sohan in that Orlando game. Keldon played still only 18 minutes. Julian Champagny 28 off the bench in that game. So he was the big winner of that one there. Do we think any of the Champagny are valuable in these spots here?
So I think the Washington stuff is a little interesting, only because obviously they ruled everyone out again.
Yeah.
Keyshawn out, Middleton out, Brogdon out, Sadiq Bey. Interestingly enough, John, Sadiq Bey getting ruled out game by game now.
I saw highlights of him actually getting shots up on the floor pregame.
So it's not like just out; it's game by, like, he's been ruled out for this game, right? So it looks like Sadiq Bey might be coming back, but Smart out, Kispert out, Coulibaly out. Colby Jones is in the G League, so he's not with the team. They have, with Colby Jones not available, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess Anthony Gill not on the injury report makes 11. We know Rashawn Holmes and Vucevic are kind of like now splitting time, and Vucevic is like even playing the 4. I mean, I don't hate the Champagnies if they're going to play. I mean, 2 of the last 3 games they played him 29 minutes. Justin, the Washington Champagny.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, if Sohan is out, Julian Champagny is definitely a guy here.
Sure. Power forward. Again, you can play Tatum up here. I liked the Andy Davis play the other day. He got 28 minutes, just didn't take shots, took 10. So why did he? I know there was a little foul trouble early in that game as well, but you go 19, 23, and then down to 10 shots.
Yeah.
You give him another run, or are you worried here? $9,600 from now, a little bit cheaper. Obviously, than he's been all season long. 28 minutes, 30 minutes ceiling the last couple of games against Atlanta here. Any interest?
I mean, I'm not playing him if he's limited. I just think that there's clearly something going on. Jason Kidd came out before the game. We thought there was going to be an uptick in minutes, and he said, no, 24 to 28 minutes. It's like, why he played more than that in back-to-back games. So there's clearly something going on, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Okay. That brings us to Bridges 92, Bam 88, Mobley 83.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Charlotte, but if they're just going to play their guys, then Bridges in play. If they're going to play him to randomly 22 minutes, then, in a 4-point game, you can't even is it a back-to-back? Do we have this? Do you still have the schedule up? Like, do we?
Yeah, April 2nd is what we're looking at for now. Let's see, NBA schedule.
They do not have a back-to-back.
No, they're not playing Thursday.
Okay, so then maybe we get full run out of Bridges. If we get full run,
Washington, Miami are on front legs.
Washington to Miami. Okay. I mean, I definitely have interest in Bridges if he's going to play 30-plus minutes. He's good without LaMelo, without Brandon Miller. So I guess we'll see if we get any clarity on that. Bam, we talked about how good he's been against Washington. That did not stop. Will he do the same against Boston? No Wiggins. I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt him. So if you want to play Bam, you can play him. I don't think it's like the best spot ever, but you can play him.
I mean, if Austin doesn't have Horford, Horford's out, but no Porzingis too, certainly a better spot for Bam here. So.
True. It's true. It's totally true.
You have Siakam at 77, OG, Chet. Filipowski was doing nothing for forever in that game, and then backdoor to double-double for everybody to save value. Any thoughts on the mid-range here?
Yeah, crazy double-double. I feel the same way about PJ as I do kind of about Anthony Davis. Like low 30s minutes is not the appealing part about Dallas right now. Good matchup, but unless we get word that PJ is like off the minutes restriction that he seemingly is on. Love OG, especially if Towns is out again. Chet looks fine. Probably can't get there, but you know he has a ceiling at 7,200. It's a great price. Filipowski, yeah, I mean, dude, if they're going to be without all these guys again, I believe Walker Kessler is questionable for conditioning, which I find hilarious. Like Walker Kessler's just suddenly out of shape. He played March 27th. Yeah. Conditioning, bro, that was like 5 days ago. So
don't judge a man. Yeah,
I'm not judging a common man here, John. I'm judging a NBA player that goes through an 82 game season.
Well, he probably got tired shooting all those threes at practice. You know,
fair. Pull up three, pull up three too. In game pull up threes. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sure. You can. I'll give you that round. But if I'm okay with Filipowski. Aaron Gordon's obviously rest candidate, second leg of a back-to-back. Like that, sure. Right? Not saying he will.
Porter, MBJ and Murray not playing the front leg. I know Murray the injury and Porter, you said was personal.
But, yeah.
You know, could very well be like he sits tonight, Gordon sits tomorrow, and they move forward. You know.
Yep.
Value range, anything for you? Top end, Ricochet, Hauser would be interesting if everybody's out.
Do we have Miles Turner questionable? Yeah, I mean, if Miles Turner doesn't play, Obi Toppin plays. 22 minutes, not like we still leaves a little bit to be desired there, but like
he's cooking, and they just like, nah, you're the backup.
Take him off the floor. Yeah, take him off the floor.
You're doing. Like,
and they didn't even really play Thomas Bryant all that much either. It wasn't like they didn't extend Thomas Bryant. So I do like Obi if we get the same stuff we had the other day without Miles Turner. Dylan Brooks is fine. Jabari is fine. Salon has been good. Yeah, dude. He's just settled into a pretty good role. Like mid-20s minutes seemingly is the role. And I am totally down with that as Obi Toppin, Salon, Highsmith continues. He actually didn't play a lot of minutes last game. That was a blowout, but you know who played a lot of minutes for Indiana too? Jarice Walker has now played 22 plus in 3 straight games. 2 of them are a blowout. But if there's no Miles Turner and no Ben Mather, and I think Jarice Walker could be interesting at 36 as well.
Go on over to the center position. The Joker is 12-5 against San Antonio. Couldn't really be a better spot for him here.
No. I assume Bassey's back, second leg of a back-to-back, so it's going to be Charles Bassey and Bismack, possibly Sohan. So I will be rostering Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think with the value that could be available to us on this slate, the matchup, their home, like everything is lining up. Of course, you could go Joker light because you have Sabonis against Washington. Obviously, in an elite spots here. 0 assists, rare 0 assist game against Indiana. Still had 25 and 16 in that game. Sabonis more than likely just cooks this matchup as well.
Yeah.
Şengün's got Utah. He's 87.
It's fine.
Okay. Mark Williams played 35 minutes the other day.
Crazy.
Can't figure out the days he's going to do it, but when he does, he's good.
Yeah, I mean, I would play if I was told Mark Williams is playing 35 minutes on a given night, I'd play him. If I was told that beforehand, I wouldn't even think twice about it. I would just play Mark Williams.
I know. I agree. If Porzingis was in and everybody else is out, I'd play that. That's fine. He's been good.
Yep.
Okongwu against Dallas. I think Dallas is getting, had Gafford back. I think Lively might actually be back for this game.
Probable.
Yeah. Gafford back.
He's questionable.
Yeah, but he's been questionable, right? Like the last couple games, so whatever.
Yep.
But Gafford came back 19 minutes, 7 of 9, has a huge game. Fantasy point per minute guy. I wouldn't play Gafford, just sort of commenting on that his return was there. Anything else that you'd play? What did they do? Cut Sar down?
30 minutes. Nope, they gave him 30.
There you go.
They gave all the starters minutes last game for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, if Sar's going to play 30, if Turner plays, if you can't reliably think Khalil Ware is ever going to play 30, but you could get there. Luke Cornett would be a pretty good value at 5K if Boston's without both their starting centers. Shibwe, even though he didn't start, if there's no Walker Kessler, 24 minutes, just an absolute maniac on the glass. He is just a vacuum. So you could play Shibwe. Vucevic played. By the way, I don't know why I said Vucevic because I knew it's Nikola Vucevic. It's Vucevic, yeah. So they just say different spelling, same pronunciation. I was like, I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Because to ask me why I was watching the Washington Wizards the other night, I don't know. You'd have to ask my son why we were watching Heat Wizards. That was such a fun experience. But he picks, he picks the League Pass game when we watch. Obviously, we consider Thomas Bryant. Wasn't all too surprised to see the 22 minutes. It's very hit or miss. Like, could we see Thomas Bryant play 30 minutes in this game? Yes. Could we see Thomas Bryant play 18 minutes in this game if he starts? Yes. So wide range of outcome for him. Even if so here's what I think could be interesting, John.
Yeah. If
Towns does not play, we have not seen Mitchell Robinson play back-to-back yet this year.
Right.
And I feel like they don't need him to play back-to-back, right? Like they don't need Mitchell Robinson because there's no back-to-backs. They're the 3 seed. Like no one's catching them. They're not catching the Celtics. And there's no back-to-backs in the playoffs. And you need Mitchell Robinson to be healthy in the postseason.
Right. Hey, you just play Precious here. And
Precious would be 100% owned if he is the only center on this team. He would be infinitely rostered because Tibbs would play him 48 minutes.
Yeah.
He would. I think he'd be reluctant to play PJ Tucker much.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Anything else here that you'd play? Not much else, obviously, for value. They said they played Gaye, obviously, today a little bit. Like, Biombo's been starting.
Kind of. He DMP'd 2 games ago, and then Sohan got rolled out. And I think they'll have Bassi back. So,
right.
I guess here's your. I got one. Ready?
Yeah.
Here's your blowout play of the day.
Okay.
$3,100 center. Go to $3,100. B-ball Paul.
That's what we got.
No beef stew.
It's true.
Already rolled out. This game expected to not be close. B-ball Paul, well over a fantasy point per minute this year.
You've been more on him, obviously, in certain spots, so I don't hate it.
I mean, they don't play Jalen Duren more than they play Jalen Duren. They don't extend him.
Nope.
So they will just use Paul Reed and operate him as the backup center. And then when this game is potentially blowing out, Paul Reed gets all of that fourth quarter run as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like it. But we're going to build our lineup now. We're going to start with Joker. So we're just going to do that. 5,300 to play. What was our go-to value? Do we have like a very clear set value on this one? DeLon Wright probably is 45. Pell Larson's 43. Anything that you prefer in this spot? And you should mention Washington. Salon's 4K.
Yeah, just plug Salon. It's fine.
Okay. Fingers on the keyboard. All right. 5,500. Let's see.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a tough spot. Again, we're kind of waiting on injury news for a lot of these teams here, so we just kind of filled in where we're at. Like you prefer Neesmith only if Matherin is out. Did you go back to Sensabaugh here?
49 is definitely different than 39. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
He's fine value.
He's gonna shoot the basketball. So Sensabaugh, I think it was $5,700. Again, where was our
DeLon Wright's probably gonna play a bunch. I don't think there's like Cleveland no Ty Jerome still, huh?
Go Strus. Or I mean, we can just plug these Detroit guys if you think they're so short-handed, right? Like
Merrill's been playing like low 20s if you want to play Sam Merrill.
Let's see. Let's go back down 6K. This is kind of a tough spot. Let's go. Let's do Champagne here. We'll do the cheap Champagne play.
Julian?
Played the minutes tonight. That gets us up to about 7K. Go do with the Knicks. Forward 6,900. And get Filipowski.
John, what's the most made 3-point record? Do we know that?
In a game?
Yeah.
13, 11, 12, something like that. Is Steph going to break it?
We are on watch. 14. Clay hit 14. Okay. Steph Curry with 2:24 remaining, John.
Yeah.
Has 50 ball. He is 1 assist shy of a triple-double, and he has made 12 3-point shots tonight.
So he's going for it.
He is really never will be another Steph Curry. There just will never be another of this player.
All right. Well, let's do Dinwiddie here, and we'll close it out. Wright, Champagny, Sensabaugh, Salon, Jokic, Bridges, Filipowski, Dinwiddie. We'll need some more obvious value to open up. Again, we'll get more injury news throughout the day, and we'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully to get a little bit more clarity to this example lineup for everybody. We appreciate you all tuning in each and every day. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. And Grande and I will be back later. We'll talk to you then.